Welcome back to Midday Kentucky, everyone. Well, Katie and I have decided to get a little bit of exercise on, and we decided to invite Molly and Austin in, organisers of the Bourbon Country Burn. It's a Bourbon Country Burn bike ride. That's a mouthful. Welcome back to the show. We had you both on Good Day Kentucky. I said you guys have to come on to Midday. We like a bit of a slurp on this show,
Yes.
so we like a bourbon.
We like what you got going on here.
We don't know about the push bike stuff though. So tell us the concept and what's involved.
Sure. So the Bourbon Country Burn, it's a 3-day bicycle tour of the bourbon distilleries and horse farms around the bluegrass region of Kentucky.
Yeah.
It's based out of the Kentucky Horse Park. You can choose to do 1, 2, or all 3 days of riding, and essentially you bike to the distilleries, and then we've arranged for those distilleries to be present in the evening at the horse park doing tastings. We have some great live music that Molly's helped line up, good food trucks. So it's a bike tour and a bourbon festival mixed together.
And do you bike back or? Because I know you said short and long, so I guess I'm just wondering, someone, if you're not
Or if
a
you're a
biking
drinker.
enthusiast at home, or maybe have a taste when you're there. How does that work for maybe some of the beginners?
It's a good question. So they're, like you said, they're short, medium, and long option loops, and so they're loops. So people will bike out, and you bike out to the distilleries, and then you bike back at the end of the day.
So you do have to bike back.
You do have to bike
can't do what Katie and I would do, everyone, and just say, deliver the bike. We're done for the day. We're ready for a taco. That can't be happening. Now, this is 3 days. Now, you told us before that it's camp out as well. Is that right?
Yeah, so camping is included with your registration. But if camping's not your thing, we've partnered with some local hotels that are just a few miles away as well. So some folks will be camping there at the horse park in our Bourbon base camp, where all the festivities go down.
Yeah.
Some other folks will be staying in hotels. Others will have RVs, campers, perhaps Airbnb.
I like the idea of having a RV or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I think you've done the Bourbon Trail on the bike, you've gone back for the festivities, then you've got to get back on the bike and get to your hotel. No thanks.
Yeah, I love this concept. This is a lot of fun, especially that it kind of offers something for everyone. How did this come about? This is the first year?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the inaugural year, and it actually came about, I guess it's been about 4 years ago now, that Austin and I and a couple other people biked about 2,300 miles down in Patagonia, so we crisscrossed between Argentina and Chile. And when we were on a bike, we started throwing around this idea of a larger bike tour back in Kentucky that centered around bourbon. We have such a rich bourbon heritage and culture here, and it kind of started about 4 years ago, and then has evolved from there to have an event in about 2 weeks out at the horse park. So
Okay, so I just want to break down what companies do you have that are part of this. Let's talk about the bourbon, please.
Sure. So on our first day of riding, Friday, on September 29th, you get to bike to Buffalo Trace. You get to bike to Castle and Key Distillery, and then Glens Creek Distillery as well. And then on Saturday, we will be biking to Woodford Reserve, past Wild Turkey, and then to Four Roses.
Yes.
And then on Sunday, we feature Hartfield and Company. So those are the distilleries that actually get touched during the ride. But then we have a couple other partners as well.
yeah, we actually just recently Maker's Mark came on board, so they're going to be one of the distilleries present in the evening. Yeah, so you get to taste the product on Saturday night, and we also have Town Branch, which is located right here in Lexington, and that is a distillery that can be biked to via the Legacy Trail if you want, a really short, maybe 20-mile option on one of the days. They're going to be present on Friday night, pouring samples as well.
Now, of course, I would assume you have to be 21 to do this.
That's
21 and over event.
And you guys have some plans to expand this event, right?
We do, yeah. And it has taken a number of different shapes along the way. This was what made sense for the first year logistically. It's nice to have that hub to ride in and out of, and that way you don't have to check out of your hotel room and find another hotel somewhere else and blah, blah, blah. But eventually, yeah, we'd like to see this be a more all-encompassing ride that hits a few more distilleries, a few more small towns along the way, and maybe a little bit longer, a few more days.
And I was going to say, it would be fantastic to eventually have like that degustation tour like they have in France, where it goes for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know, if you're that way inclined, you could not just stay in Kentucky. We could ride down south and
Yeah.
keep going.
Why not?
Guys?
We could do the 20 mile maybe.
Yeah, lovely.
We could
If
take
you want to
tandem.
find out more
A
information.
tandem bike, yeah.
Oh yes, a bicycle built for two.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a song about that, isn't there? If you want to find out more information, there it all is up on the screen. Hey guys, it's not very expensive either. You also, if you mention MDKY, you receive $25 off the registration throughout the day. We appreciate you guys coming and we wish you all the luck.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Please come
thank
back and
you.
tell us how
Yeah.
it was. Take lots of photos.